So Facebook is one of the best ways that you can advertise properties now, not only paid advertising and pay-per-click ads, but also free advertising via Facebook groups, or as our team calls them, squeeze pages. So every single day, and again, we have 15 agents on our team, we post squeeze pages on dozens and dozens of different Facebook groups. And these squeeze pages help capture potential buyers for all of our listings. It's probably too much detail, but it is something that we do to proactively prospect for buyers for all of our listings. Search engines is the next way that people find property. Again, similar to Facebook, we use pay-per-click ads on Google, but we also make sure that we own our first 5 pages of Google, and we spend a lot of money and time on search engine optimization early on in our career, so it's not quite as expensive as it is for somebody new. If you've ever Googled yourself, you'll find a plethora of things. We know exactly what ours says because we own our first 5 pages of Google, and the reason that's important is because if they're able to find us and find us on the beach and us in Seminole, then they're able to find your listing as well. So Keller Williams spends $1.5 million a month on technology, and mobile technology is one of the most important things that's up and coming about the real estate market. Our app has a geolocation service where if somebody's out driving around and they're looking at their house, instead of using GPS, they can use our Keller Williams app and click nearby homes. So if they see a sign out front, instead of calling the real estate agent on the sign, they just click nearby homes and your property shows up. It's really cool. So Keller Williams agents also add value as a part of an international and national referral source. So we have, and this just needs to be updated as well, we have over 150,000 agents worldwide in 25 different countries. So Florida is a destination state internationally and also nationally, but Pinellas County is a destination spot throughout this geographical location of Florida because people want to be close to or on the beach. So the reason that's important is because we get a ton of referrals both locally from our other 8 offices in the Tampa Bay area, but we also get a ton of referrals from Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, New York, New Jersey, from snowbirds, where our population nearly doubles during the winter months. Social media. We talked a little bit about Facebook. Your home will have a YouTube video. We utilize Snapchat to stay close with our database, and Twitter as well. Signs and flyers. One of the most underutilized portions of marketing is full color 5-photo flyers. The reason these are so important is because, as I mentioned before, people aren't just looking at one house and deciding whether or not to move forward on that house. They're looking at 5, 6, 10 houses. So having a full color flyer with just a little bit of information on it, as opposed to an MLS sheet with all of the listing information, paragraphs and paragraphs, and one tiny little black and white picture in the corner, people will remember your house when they grab a full color flyer that'll be sitting out on your counter. These are printed for open houses. These are printed for clients who are just coming in to see your house with their realtor, so they can take it and they have something to remember, something tangible to bring with them to remember your house above all the others. Our team loves open houses, and we don't do open houses like just throw a sign in the yard and hope a whole bunch of people show up. We boost our open houses on social media. We use between 10 and 15 signs to direct traffic in from major streets, and we make sure that we're getting 5 people through every open house that we do. Only 7% of buyers actually purchase their home at an open house, but that 7% gets you closer to 100% total for your sale. Some other forms of marketing that we do are print advertising. Only 3% of people purchase their property via print, and then word of mouth, another 3%. So we ask that you do share some of our posts about your listing on social media, because you may have a buyer who's looking for your house or to be in the neighborhood. And then we always ask, so we can improve our services to you, is there anything another agent said that they would do that I forgot to mention? And this is an important question because I want to address any concerns you have or questions you have about our marketing. The last thing that I'll talk about is commissions and marketing fees. And this is everybody's favorite part. So commission is entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. For example, if you pick a 7% commission, each one of these dollar bills represents 1% of the commission. So how that's broken down is the agent that brings the buyer gets exactly half of whatever commission that you choose. The reason this is important is some of the larger agencies decided that, well, we're taking the listing, we're doing all the work, you just happen to bring me a buyer for my listing, we're going to keep 4 or 4.5% and we're going to pay out 2 or 2.5%. Well, that doesn't bring agents in to see your house, and it's also not fair to the buyer's agent. So if they're going to bring us a buyer, we pay exactly half of the commission that you choose to the buyer's agent. And then the listing side keeps half as well. One of those dollar bills goes to our brokerage, Keller Williams. One goes to marketing and servicing the listing, all those big checks to Zillow and our professional photographer and our transaction coordinator, cost some money. And then one is what I live on and get paid for my time working on the sale. And then this guy usually takes half of my check as well. So here are some shots of MLS listings, and the reason these are important is not only because we want to incentivize somebody to show your property above all the others, but this is really how real estate agents decide how to show property. So they look at a couple of things. One, how much they're going to get paid. 3% right by single agent here. And then this is Lockbox Electronic. They just click one button and they can show the property. Oh, but it says this one's a short sale. So that means this property is probably going to take 9 months to sell. I think I'm probably going to skip this. It's easy to show and they're paying 3%, but a short sale is not worth my time. So the next one looks like call owner. So I have to deal directly with the owner. Oh, but they're paying 3.5% commission. Yeah, that's probably worth my time. This one also paying 3.5%. I just have to use the request showing button right down here, and that's going to be easy. And then they stumble across the next one that's paying out 2.5%, requiring 24 hours notice. The listing agent must accompany. That one's probably going to the bottom of the pile. Sorry, not sorry. These agents are, think of an agent as somebody who wants to spend the least amount of time and energy on showing a property and getting a check as fast as they can. It's unfortunate that it is this way, but you have to be realistic when you're listing a property, and that's why we always leave it in the hands of our client to select the commission that works best for them. Lastly, we use a program called .loop for all of our electronic signatures, so if everything sounds good, I will have my assistant Tasha send you over the electronic paperwork, and you click a few buttons and we'll be ready to list in 24 hours. Thanks a lot, guys. This is Chase with Keller Williams.